Two cases, one judge, one family. A divorce and a child neglect review, back to back. No house, no savings, nothing left to fight over. Just a mother quietly rebuilding her life and a father joining from behind bars. This isn't just a courtroom hearing. This is a whole story.
Pre-trial enforcement.
Okay, we're on record for purposes of a pretrial in this divorce case. May I have the names of our participants beginning in the courtroom? Your name, please?
Brittany Underhill.
Okay. And online, if you could give us your name, please?
James right now.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Reidner. Deputy Ames, would you swear them both in, please?
You can remain seated. Sir, can you please raise your right hand to be sworn in? You both swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. Please give me a verbal answer.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Underhill, is it true that you filed a petition requesting a divorce back in April?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you still wish to pursue a divorce in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have children together?
Yes, ma'am.
Two, it looks like, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, are you currently pregnant?
No.
Are you active in the military?
No.
Have you been a resident of Michigan for 180 days and a resident of Lenawee County for 10 days?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you own any property together with Mr. Reidner?
No, ma'am.
So no houses, garages, real estate, or anything else?
No.
And do you have any personal property together? Any things that, like a TV or a kitchen table or anything else like that, that you own together?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any retirement or investment accounts?
No, ma'am.
Is it still your desire to secure physical custody of the children and to join or to share joint legal custody with him?
Yes.
And that would allow him to make decisions on, for example, education, medical care, and some of those items, legally speaking?
Okay.
Or share in decision making. That's what joint legal custody would mean, in
Okay.
short. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, Mr. Reidner, did you hear all the questions I asked of Ms. Underhill?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, would your answers be any different than hers?
No, ma'am.
All right, so would you agree you would like to have a divorce finalized today then?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that she's asking for full physical custody, which means that the children would live with her full time. And then you would share in some of the legal decision making, like for education and healthcare and some of those things, as obviously as you're able to.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. All right. Ms. Underhill, would you say that there's been a breakdown in the marital relationship to the extent that the objects of matrimony have been destroyed and there remains no reasonable likelihood of reconciliation?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Was that true at the time you filed your complaint?
Yes, ma'am.
And that's true today?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you asking for child support or spousal support?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Mr. Reidner, are you asking for child support or spousal support?
No, ma'am.
Very good. Is there anything else you'd like to say for the record today, Ms. Underhill?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Reidner?
No, ma'am.
All right, do the two of you understand that other than the things we've talked about here today, that would be, if I enter a judgment of divorce consistent with what we've talked about here today, that would be your last opportunity to come and ask me for things like spousal support or any kind of division of assets, cars or real property or anything else. What we've laid out here on the record today, if I enter that into a judgment of divorce, that would be the end of your opportunity to ask me about those things. Do you understand that, Ms. Underhill?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Reidner?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I would be happy to enter a judgment of divorce consistent with what's been placed on record today. I do find the jurisdictional requirements for the taking of a judgment of divorce have been met in this matter. The custody arrangement that would award Ms. Brittany Underhill full physical custody of the children is consistent with what is in the best interest of the children. Clearly, Mr. Reidner appears to us from incarceration at this time and is unable to take care of the children, and she has been meeting their needs with the assistance, of course, and guidance and supervision of what's been happening in the abuse and neglect case, which the court does take judicial notice of in file number 23-222NA. Any provisions as it relates to visitation or requirements under a case services plan for Ms. Underhill will continue to supersede the agreements that have been made in the divorce case. Nevertheless, once the jurisdiction of that temporary file is extinguished, the terms of your judgment of divorce will be what governs. As it relates to visitation, I'm simply inclined to put as agreeable between the two parties. And then as if you need to, Mr. Reignauer, once you're released, if you wanted to seek some kind of visitation, you'd have to do that through the front of the court if you wish, if an agreement can't be reached with Ms. Underhill. Do you have any questions about that?
Will I still be able to see the kids when I get out?
Well, that would be essentially up to Ms. Underhill, and if she says no and you don't like it, you can go to front of the court and ask them for a hearing, and they'll arrange whatever parenting time they find to be in the best interest of the children.
Yes, ma'am.
As of right now, it sounds like neither of you would like the services of the friend of the court, at least for the time being. Is that the case, Mr. Reidenauer?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Underhill?
Yes, ma'am.
Very well. So I will include that provision in their judgment of divorce, as well as an indication that neither of you share any real estate, any personal property, any investment accounts, or any interest, frankly, in spousal support, alimony, or other shared interests. And then this will legally divide you and recognize that you have been divorced as soon as I get that together and get it out to you. Any questions on those points?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. So that will be the end of today's hearing as it relates to the divorce case, that DM case. Mr. Powell, could you also put us on record in the next case, which is our 23-222 NA case for purposes of the review? And if we have anyone who is ready on this case, join us at the council tables, please. Deputy Ames, if you can invite our attorneys in that have come to join us on the review, please.
Hello, Your Honor.
Thank you.
One record. Case number 23222. March over.
Very good. All right, so we are now on record as it relates to the abuse and neglect case for a review. We're gonna have attorneys, I'm sure, trickling in the next few moments, but let's start with who is here in the courtroom.
Brenda Burgess, foster care worker for the department. Brittany Underhill, mom.
Nastasia Thomas,
Yep.
counsel for the department.
Mr. Reidenauer, could we have your name for the record?
Zane Reidenauer, father of the
Thank you so
kids.
much.
Mr. McFarland? Oh, go ahead.
Lee Heiss, I'm lawyer, guardian ad litem for the children.
Michael Brooks, I am the attorney for the father.
Mike McFarland, representing mother. Introduce yourself.
She has, thank you. All right, very good. So we're on record, as previously announced, for purposes of a review permanency planning hearing. We adjourned this for the opportunity for Mr. Reidenauer to make sure that he can participate as well. I look forward to the updates. Ms. Heiss?
Thank you, Your Honor. I was able to visit with the children in person. I visited at their home. They are reunified with their mother. Their needs are being met there. They're happy there. Little guy, his speech is being worked on so that it's interesting to watch him and mother communicate because they understand each other, but an outsider, I don't understand the words, but mother says some days the words are clearer and other days they aren't. So they're continuing their testing and monitoring of that. Because we're on live TV, I won't say names, but the little girl is doing well. So I agree with the department's assessment that the case is ready for closure. The risk of harm has been interrupted and stopped. I think mother is very attuned to the children's needs and doing everything she can. Now, we do have this update where there's a potential eviction. Mother has a response to that. It's kind of complicated and convoluted, but she's not unaware. And she has made certain steps to get public benefits that could lighten the load on the rent obligation. But the home that she keeps for the children, wherever they are, is clean, is lots of homemade food and appropriate television and activities for the children. They were ill when I saw them, and mother was allowing them to have some popsicles to soothe their throat. And the children look to her for guidance. And when she says no, the answer is no. So it's my recommendation that we do discontinue the jurisdiction in this case. Thank you.
Testimony today, Ms. Thomas.
Your Honor, if Ms. Underhill would like to provide any testimony, I would welcome that. Mr. McFarland?
We would support the position of the guardian ad litem. Don't feel it's necessary.
Okay, then at this time, Your Honor, I will just ask Ms. Burgess to be sworn in to provide her report.
Burgess.
You swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Great. Good afternoon, Ms. Burgess. Before us today, we have two court reports. Well, we have a court report and a memo. The first court report was submitted back in October for that hearing date, and it has the court report, the case service plan for the parents, INICWA documentation chart, forensic fluid screens, progress reports from Parkside, the foster care supportive visitation reports throughout for the summer months, it looks like, L&L parent observation logs for July and August, and then the parent aid reports for July and August, and then proof of communication with Mr. Reidenauer through JPay. And then in addition to that, it looks like you've provided a 2-page memo for today. Did I miss any documents that have been circulated since you filed that first report?
No.
Okay. And are there any updates or modifications that need to be made to any of the documents that I just went through?
No modifications, no.
Okay. During this review period, so we're going back to July 16th, looks like was our last hearing. How would you summarize the parents' level of compliance with and benefit from their case service plans?
Brittany's been doing really well. I think she's made a lot of progress since we started this case. She is always, making contacts, taking care of things, seeing, she saw that Rocky got into Head Start. She picks him up and she transports him every day because there's no transportation for that program. The little girl is doing well in school. So she's really worked hard. She's really working hard in therapy. She's working hard.
Great. Thank you for that. And I know that your memo kind of just touches based on contacts with Dad. Has there been any service that he can comply with or benefit from while he's incarcerated?
So I was told that he is in substance abuse treatment. So I think he is taking advantage of what they are offering. He does communicate with me regularly through JPay, and he's also contacting the children pretty regularly. We had a little bump where we didn't have the right phone number for him to call, but he has been calling. He sent his daughter a card for her birthday, and it was a specially made card, like a cutout card. And so he's been doing those things.
Thank you. So it sounds like both parents are doing everything they can with their current circumstances. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
Okay. And is there any risk of harm to the children remaining with Mom?
The risk of harm has been reduced, but it was my intention at the October hearing to continue jurisdiction just because it was an expedited reunification because the placement had requested for the kids to be moved, but we thought it would be better.
The worker just said the risk has been reduced, but she still doesn't want to close the case.
Why?
One word: eviction. $1,400 behind on rent. Court notice already filed. The GL says close it, the attorneys say close it, but the one person seeing this family every week is saying not yet. This is where the real tension is. And the judge's decision at the end? Nobody saw it coming.
But we thought it would be better for the kids to be with mom than another unrelated placement. And with the, pending eviction, that concerns me. I'd like to help Brittany with what I can.
Okay, so it's your testimony today that you would still like to continue jurisdiction just to ensure that there are continued supports for long-term stability?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And for the, with that, it sounds like the main concern is financial support, I guess. At this time, were you able to get confirmation that mom is indeed working for UPS?
I don't have anything written, but she has reported that she's worked the one day, and I spoke with her today, and she anticipates being called tomorrow and the next day, and that her work should pick up after Thanksgiving. She's also been doing DoorDash. She's had I believe it was a phone interview with Red Cross. And she is working with the department and through Michigan Works to be eligible for some assistance there. They're going to help her with also some car repairs, maybe tire repairs, things like that. So she's again, she's actively trying to help herself.
Wonderful. So other than ensuring that the children will maintain this housing environment, I guess, are there any other services that the department can assist the family with in keeping the case open?
There may be some other financial assistance. But other than that, nothing that I can think of. But the therapy for her and the children, or for her daughter, is through Medicaid. So that would continue without our help.
Okay. And FRP was not ordered for this family, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Would it be helpful at this point in time, or has that lapsed? Like, forgive my ignorance on that question if we're not allowed to do that. Just wondering if it would be a beneficial service.
I don't think so. What we got approval to not use family reunification because we wanted to keep her same team that she was already working with. Parkside has been a big help to Brittany and their services, and she had already had early Head Start was already in the works. Early On was already in the home. So she already had a team of people that were supporting her.
All right. Is there anything other than what you've testified to? I know there's a lot of documentation in here for the summertime parenting time and progress in all those regards, but is there anything that you would like to highlight for the court today?
No, I guess the only other service that's continuing through the department is Linda Edwards as a parent aide, and so she's also been helping Brittany.
Great, thank you. With that, Your Honor, I have no further questions of Ms. Burgess and move to admit the court reports that we have reviewed.
No objection.
No objection.
No objection.
Thank you. They are received. Questions, Mr. McFarland?
Just one. Would you agree that there is no reasonable risk of harm to the children if there were case closure today?
Other than the eviction, I would agree.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Mr. Brooks?
You said there's no unreasonable risk of harm, number one. And number two, you said there were no further programs available through the department to assist with this case. Did I hear you correctly?
Yes.
Yes, nothing further.
With regard to the eviction case, it's set for pretrial later in November, is that correct?
Correct.
Now, Ms. Underhill, does she have any of the money saved that she owes in back rent?
I don't know. I know that she's, I don't know that.
Okay, and then, but she has been somehow contacted by Red Cross for full-time employment, is that your understanding?
Yes.
And also, she is connected with Michigan Works, correct?
Correct.
And they will help her with employment in addition to the car and tire repair.
Correct.
Hasn't she also applied through MDHHS for food benefits or cash assistance or something?
Yes.
And that was really recent.
Very recent. Yeah.
And so that might help her with her budget so that she can afford more for rent.
Yes. I wouldn't know how much that would be, but yes.
And you don't know yet when she's supposed to move out of her current housing, correct?
Correct.
And it is an appropriate house for now.
Yes, it is.
And so would you disagree that the landlord-tenant case was just filed late October 22nd?
Yes.
Okay. And did the reports tell us the dollar figure she's behind? Or do you know?
I think I did put it $1,400 in here.
1,400. Okay, and it may be more by now, but so in the event that judge closed the case, Michigan Works is connected, and they do have some professional duty to continue with her pursuing jobs and things that she needs for a job.
Yes.
And she is aware of her court date for the eviction. What else would you do? Would you connect her with LEAC or something? Let them wait for emergency housing?
Housing help. Yeah, and they have already helped Brittany one time, and so I don't believe she's eligible, but she has sought their assistance.
Linda Edwards is someone who may choose to continue a friendship and support this parent, even if the case were closed. Do you agree?
I do.
Do you think, Mother hasn't testified today, do you think she would rather have the case closed? Has she said anything to you?
We talked before, and she was in support of keeping it open, but as of the last couple of weeks or so, we haven't talked about that.
There is another, she was recently granted a divorce just today, correct?
Correct.
And there is another person who lives in the household who, in addition to this mom, that person may be also getting a job at UPS, is that correct?
He did not get that job, but he's working on getting employment as well.
So she has that resource to help with that rent bill. But he was there when they went behind on rent, correct?
Correct.
He's not newly there. Okay, thank you. I have nothing further.
Any redirect, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. McFarland, any recross?
No, but for Ms. Thomas's awareness, I will be calling my client briefly.
Mr. Brooks, any questions for Ms. Burgess?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you for your testimony. You may return to your seat. Anyone else you'd like us to hear from, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. McFarland?
My client, please, Your Honor.
Come on up to our stand.
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you will give the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Just step here. Careful.
My understanding that you have been in communication with your landlord regarding a possible negotiation to stay there. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Does that seem to be going pretty good?
Well, I got in contact with her after court today. I know the biggest thing for her is to start getting payments. And with UPS, I actually just had confirmation this morning from my supervisor at UPS for more days on the schedule this week, and she confirmed that it's going to just keep increasing with the holidays. So that I know that's the biggest thing. So I can't really say for sure where she's at on everything till after court, but I do feel very hopeful with it.
My understanding, on your cell phone, you have verification of your UPS employment and payment. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's out in the car.
Yes.
Okay, if the court needed a break, you'd be able to bring that in. Is that true? Okay. I believe you've expressed to me your opinion today is you would like the case closed. Is that correct?
Yeah, at this point, I think if everyone's in agreement, then I'm also in agreement. I do feel fairly confident that Miss Linda will be available if I need her to call her.
Would you reach out?
And yeah, and I very much would. And if Brenda's okay, I would also reach out to her if she's okay with it too, if I need help or any questions.
Right now, how much are you making at UPS? What are your hours? And then what do you expect them to be from what you just told us today, the news you received?
It is $21 an hour. And it varies for hours. It is early morning. So for instance, tomorrow I go in at 4:30 in the morning and I'm done at 9:30. So and it just depends on how many days I'll be on call for 2 or 3 days this week. And then I'm on the schedule for 2 days. And I've been told that I will work tomorrow morning as well. So that gives me 3 days for sure this week and on call for the other 2.
So correct, your presumption is with the Christmas rush shipping season that your hours are going to greatly increase?
Yes, and I do have messages from my supervisor that verifies that information.
Putting you on notice.
Yes.
Nothing further.
Questions, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks?
No.
Ms. Heiss?
Just briefly, I'd like to show the judge what I see when we talk. And so talk to me about yours and the kids' counseling and all those details that you know about the schedules and all that.
Okay, so yes, Alice does, she does do counseling. We're still working on counseling, but we have that. And Rocky, he also goes to school, and he has an IEP now with school, so he gets twice a week, he gets services with that, on top of a lot of neat little tricks and trades that the different teachers and the different people with the programs that he's gotten help with has passed on. We have learned that some days his communication will be really well, and some days it may not. It's a connection between the brain and the actual function of the mouth. But the more we practice that, it should just continue to get better. So right now it's just kind of a time thing and just a consistent working with him, which we do. We do a lot of repeating words. We do a lot of emphasizing on words. When we're reading and different things, we're doing a lot of pointing to the words and a lot of, we've done some mirror work where we look in the mirror so we can he can mock the way our mouths move.
Let me switch you over to education. Tell me about your daughter's involvement in those extra things. She's getting ready for holidays.
Oh, yes. So she actually just had a concert for the veterans. She was so excited to get to ride on the bus from, the little school to the big school. She is on the waiting list for Minnie Maples Gymnastics. That girl loves the tumbling and whatnot, and her teacher brought it to my attention at conferences. So we've got her on the waiting list for that. Coming in January, we also have her signed up for the Minnie Maples basketball. So super excited to see how she enjoys basketball.
When your son was off school sick, did he wish to go back to school? He liked school?
He very much did. So we have a routine in the morning, and part of that routine is brother goes to school first. His school starts before sister's does, so he goes first. And being sick, knowing we didn't go there first and we're going to sister's school, she gets dropped off. He's like, where am I? No, I want to go to school. This is it. He wasn't happy about it. But he did finally come to terms after a little while, but.
Are the kids sleeping well at night?
They are doing much, much better. Every once in a while, Rocky is waking up in the middle of the night, to go to the potty, and he'll wander in and wake me up. And being sick, he was up a little more.
Were the kids on prescriptions when they were sick?
Yes, he actually just was put on a prescription. We just learned he's allergic to amoxicillin, and he just was placed on a new medication to help with that.
Did anybody help you, support you in getting him to the doctor, or was that done independently?
No, that was done independently.
And you got his prescription?
Yes, ma'am.
And you gave it to him as directed?
Yes, ma'am.
And did the same happen for your daughter? She seemed sick too. Had she been sick?
One day she seems like she's got kind of a cough, and the next day she's fine. So she's been at school. I haven't seen a fever on her like we did brother. And
when you are working 4:30 a.m. to 9:30, who does that structured morning for you?
So the other person in the home, he actually is very helpful with routine. Is pretty hands-on, again, with the routine and the things that we do throughout our day.
This is not your first set of children. You have a set of older children, isn't that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And they live with their dad?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have all kinds of connections with them, and you've visited on weekends relatively recently.
Yeah. I do have 3 older kids. We try not to have all of them at once, but when they do come individually, it's when they're not busy. My boys are in sports, so when they've got time to come visit, they do. Same with sister, when she's got time, they kind of stop in and visit, and it's nice. The kids really enjoy seeing their older brothers and sister. We're pretty close, so it is nice. And I do communicate with their dad very, very well, and his girlfriend. We actually talk often and are pretty decently close, I'd like to say.
Thank you. I have nothing further, Your Honor.
Redirect? Mr. McFarland?
Thank you.
Any other questions or recross, Ms. Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Brooks, any questions?
None.
Thank you for your testimony. We return to your seat. Thank you so much. Anyone else you'd like me to hear from, Mr. McFarland?
No, thank you.
Mr. Brooks?
Mr. Ridnour, is there anything you want the court to know?
No, sir.
Thank you. I have no witnesses.
Anyone you'd like us to hear from, Ms. Heiss?
No witnesses today. Thank you.
Very well. Comments in closing, Ms. Thomas?
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to word it as there's a loose request, I guess, for the court to continue jurisdiction just to ensure that this family continues to thrive and has all the supports possible and available to the family. Last year, when we opened this case, there was a concern about housing, where the children were staying, and whether their medical and educational needs are being met. And it's so wonderful to know that mom has really made benefit, I guess, from her case service plan and is just really doing well for those kiddos. And so I don't know if the court would be inclined to keep jurisdiction open to ensure that there's no disruption to the stability that this family has really achieved. But if not, it does sound like there are a lot of good supports already in place, and mom knows how to access those supports. And with the divorce and custody being with mom for the physical component, the physical custody to mom, I think we do have adequate safeguards as relates to dad. So if the court is inclined, we would like a 90-day review. But otherwise, it's just really nice to see the progress.
Mr. McFarland, any comments?
I heard the position of the guardian ad litem is to close the case, Your Honor. For the testimony that there's some concern from the worker about the housing of my client, but not a belief. I don't believe there is a true risk of reasonable harm to the children in this case, Your Honor. We're not looking for perfection here. Oftentimes we see the billboard for foster parents. We're not looking for perfection. So we're not looking for perfection from this parent. I think the goals have been achieved. She's still going to be in contact with Linda Edwards as a friendship has been developed, whether this case is open or closed. I think that we've accomplished our goal, Your Honor, and it's not to monitor for a long time the family. I think that they've achieved all that can reasonably be achieved under this case service plan that we ask for closure.
Mr. Brooks?
What I've heard here today is that the mother has successfully completed her case service plan. The kids are home and doing fine with their mother. There is no unreasonable risk of harm till they're residing there. And finally, that the department has no further programs to assist her with. I think we're done.
Ms. Heiss?
Your Honor, you saw what I saw when I visited, and it looks like a confident mother who is in command of all the counseling appointments and goals and the IEP and the schooling, and I think she's ready to be independent. So my recommendation is to not schedule another review. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the court finds all interested parties were given notice for purposes of today's review and permanency planning hearing. It is our third review. Clearly, the goal of reunification is appropriate. It has been accomplished with success, I would say, for Ms. Underhill. So congratulations on your progress. It is true, clearly, that the parties were divorced on record today, but the divorce judgment itself is not in writing just as of yet. I would also note that Ms. Underhill, it does seem, looks forward to potentially still calling Ms. Burgess and Ms. Linda from LML Parent Aid. So, although I am excited about her progress, as are the rest of the parties, and I don't usually contradict my guardian ad litem under any circumstances, but I am going to leave this case open for a little longer, especially in light of the fact that we have those eviction proceedings on the horizon. I'd like to make sure that the department is on board fully with all of the disposable supports in the event that there is a program or additional funding that would be available to help support Ms. Underhill and the children in the immediate future. So I have gone ahead and scheduled a review hearing for January 21st, Tuesday, January 21st at 2:30 p.m. just to check in, of course. If the issues resolve themselves, specifically and most importantly, the potential eviction, then I remain available to review any stipulation to terminate the support of the court before that point in time. Obviously, you know about that. That's been utilized already in this case. So if that is the case, then we won't have that review. But as of right now, we'll schedule a brief review after the holidays, Tuesday, January 21st at 2:30 p.m. In the meantime, the children will remain placed with Ms. Underhill. That is certainly the safest, least restrictive, and best placement for them. So I'd like to offer the continued support of the department through the holidays, through those last couple of challenges, and to just ensure that services are continuing to be in place in order to support that progress, like the counseling through Parkside and the counseling and potential support for Ms. Underhill's partner at the home as well. So, unless there's any questions, that's all for today. The order will reflect that reasonable efforts have been made, and of course, satisfaction with all of our LGAL's efforts as well as the attorneys.
Is that 2 o'clock p.m., Your Honor?
2:30 p.m. on Tuesday, January 21st for a review.
Thank you. And should my client stick around for the order?
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
The judge keeps the case open, but just barely, and just long enough for that eviction situation to resolve. If it clears up early, she closes it early. No punishment, no distrust, just protection. This mom walked in today, got divorced, defended her parenting, talked IEPs, gymnastics, waitlists, school concerts, all in one day. The system doesn't always work. Today it did. Drop a comment. What moment hit you the hardest?